Hello and welcome back. Today we're continuing with our Let's Defend run-through sequence of events. We are now into December 5th, 2020, 10:33 p.m. for a SOC101 phishing mail detected, event ID 34. As per the normal routine, I am going to grab the displayed information, dump it into Notepad, view the email, make sure that everything matches up with what was previously shown for source address, destination email, SMTP address, subject line. Yep, got all that. And then there is our actual message. All right, so let's go ahead and get ourselves assigned. Okay, what do we have? Netflix deals. Netflix payments.com. Let's take a look. No matching records. Questionable web reputation. No giant surprise on that one. Just take that into URL void 4 months ago. So the unfortunate fact is that today is January 2nd, so I am responding to this thing almost 30 days after. So I'm expecting that this will create a few issues in terms of results. Okay, well, let's do it for the SMTP address, which was 112.85.42.180. That is China Unicom. Poor web reputation, or email reputation. Neutral web rep. Email rep for this entire section is bad, to say the least. It looks like they're all on some sort of block list for the most part for things that are inside this range. Not a giant surprise. Okay, did that finish? 18 seconds ago. The domain itself is still on a blacklist. Fortinet. Good enough for me. Now, that's without actually taking into the context of the content of the email. So this does not look legit in the slightest in terms of the domain, much less the sender. Subject line is definitely meant to entice you to proceed on. Hey, register now and get 2 months free membership. A bit.ly link. So no personal name. Yeah, this is crap all the way through. Much less the fact that it's a bit.ly link as opposed to, netflix.com/sign up or whatever the case would be. So let's see, if we take that bit.ly link, bit.ly/3ECXEM52, put that into virus total, says she's all clean. Ah, says it's all clean because it's giving a 404. No Unity or community contents or anything else like it? No. Okay, so this looks like a bust. Hybrid analysis has an entry for December 8th. It looks like it was taken down wherever it was actually trying to shoot to. Nothing in any.run. Bitly has, well, actually, no, URL scan has several of these Bitlys. Problem being that none of them They all pretty much come back to the same thing. Something's wrong here. 404. Clicked on a bad link or entered an invalid URL. So best guess, this was cred phishing. But it looks like Bitly was on point, or maybe they were alerted by some other user and they just took the thing down. Okay, so this obviously looks bad, and this was allowed through. So if we go through, granted we don't get anything except for the destination address of Emily. So I don't know the destination IP address, but I am assuming it's going to be Emily Comp. Just a little bit of deductive reasoning, considering the fact we're in the time frame for December 5th, and last login was 412, so odd hours, but still December 5th. Primary user is Emily, which is the username in the destination address of Emily at letsdefend.io. And if we take a look at the browser history, we have the bit.ly link, followed by 2 seconds later, the other link. So let's put in places dot, oh yeah, hey, estedenbowl.net. Oh, it's a WordPress, so in other words, it was probably a compromised WordPress site, which does confirm phishing, malware, everything else along those lines. So let's do this. We'll duplicate so I can just put everything else in. No result for here. Okay, that's fine. How about any.run? No. Okay, fine then. We will try. Could not resolve. Oh, hooray. Okay, let's back up. I need to adjust. So this was the search done for the bit.ly link. So let us adjust our search parameters. See if we get anything. I'm trying to go back 3 months. Hey, look at that, 27 days ago. Okay, I'll take it. 404. Oh well, we're not going to win everything. So realistically, what we have, well, since we have the URL, can we just put this into URL void and see as to what shakes out? If it's valid of up to a month or so? Maybe? I mean, this obviously has nothing to do with... Nope. Okay. Not going to be able to pull it. How about we just do this? How about the places .heyistanbul.net. 20 seconds ago, 2 out of 35 blacklists. Fortinet and scumware. Well, I think that would be enough along with the scumware again, Fortinet. So, but we're split. 2 phishing, 2 malware. No community sections at all. Yeah, we're just gonna call it phishing. Okay, so we've at least found a few things. command history, CD directory, CD users, to put a notes.txt on the desktop. Interesting. Let's see, GitHub. And looks like Google for the rest. Oh, that's what we're just in. Process list. So we got Notepad. Apparently semantic endpoint protection. Internet Explorer. Oh, goody. Internet Explorer. Except it's running as Chrome.exe? Okay, now that's an oddity. The path says Internet Explorer, but the... Huh. It's definitely an oddity if I've ever seen one. Okay, well, let's see about answering the questions. Looks like most of the stuff is down now, but it does look like she actually hit something. Alright, so we're going to parse it. Does it contain an attachment or URL? Yes. Analyze the URL. Well, considering the fact that we're doing this so late afterwards, I'm going to go with my gut. And the fact that probably at that time it was live and running. So we're just going to call it malicious, even though it's not currently. Because we have to look at this in terms of, the process at the time. Considering the fact that the page is up, I do believe URL shortener. And then we have our URL address. Again, with the making the assumption that it is just phishing. We have the IP address. Yes, for the SMTP. So running through all this stuff, we would pretty much just block. This was actually in a SOC, whether or not it would be a ticket or you'd be able to go through and access the email systems yourself. Probably just block everything out there, assuming you're not doing any sort of business inside of China. That's going to be the big portion. What else do we have? We have the email address. And then what else do we have? We have the domain, which I don't put a whole lot of faith in, considering the fact I'm fairly certain it's just would end up being spoofed, but okay, so we have the bit.ly link, we have the place that the bit.ly link resolved to, we've got the SMTP address, we've got the sending email address, the sending domain. Don't have any other URLs, don't have any other IP addresses. Well, let's do this before we go too far off. What's the IP address for Emily's computer? Again, making the assumption that, Emily uses Emily's computer without being directly told. All right, so that at least gives us one additional point. We've got the same address, but now we have the Traffic address. US A2 hosting. Neutral web rep. Doesn't look like it's on any blacklists currently. $68, $66, $79. Okay, yeah, so that looks like that's legit as well. Oh man, the notes are going to be huge on this one. Confirms A2 hosting. Pretty much just puts it down as clean. But we have one more piece of evidence. Even though it's kind of useless now, considering the fact that they've gone through and cleaned up. Phishing page IP. Check if mail was delivered to user. This goes back to the first set of information we were given. Device action was allowed, so it was delivered. We should delete it from the box. Hit delete. Check if someone opened the malicious file URL. Considering the fact that we see traffic out to that 68. So let's go back here. Do this. Do that. Remove that. Yeah, so looks like it's just Emily's workstation. Or Emily's computer. So did someone access it? Yes. Containment. Endpoint. Emily. Lock her down. Maybe? Yes, no? Emily. Come on. There you go. She be locked. Finish the playbook. Now, being if this was a real SOC situation, besides just doing the endpoint isolation, more than likely, considering the fact we see the traffic patterns that we do, we would reach into, assuming this is a Microsoft shop and they're on AD, we would go through and either force reset the password for the user, or we would disable their account and pretty much get them on the phone. But let's go ahead and close it up. This is a true positive. And we're going to true positive, grid phishing link in the email. Does appear to have close the alert. That takes us, so points all around on a successful true positive detection. Put the attachments, the URL, everything else like that. And so there we go. That is SOC101 Event ID 34 that occurred December 5th, 2020, 10:33 p.m. I will see everybody for the next exercise.